You're up in the sky, I'll carry you home, home to the mountain near. And soon, my friend, you'll see them again, the ones you left behind, the ones you left behind. And I'll sing for you all the way home.
Welcome back to Ferry Bridge. I've just started back where we left last time, back at the sign for Portland, and yeah, walking back now towards where I've left my car in the car park at Chesil Beach, and then we're going to head up onto Portland. And today we're just going to do the Portland loop back to Ferry Bridge, jump back in my car, and then go home again. So just a day walk today, so smaller bag, lighter pack. Should be quite a nice easy walk for us today. The only downside is, well, where's our summer gone? We've had a glorious week. It's been absolutely boiling hot. Anyway, the day I decided to come out, head up to Portland, get this walk done, well, it feels a little bit more like winter again, so I'm absolutely freezing. Shorts and t-shirt and a bit of a thin top on. I'm sure I'll warm up once I get up the cliffs onto the top of Portland, but yeah, a real shame after the week we've had. I was looking forward to coming out today and seeing Portland in the glorious sunshine, but yeah, that's not to be. Hopefully later it might improve somewhat, but quite a strong breeze as well today, so yeah, it's going to be a bit chilly, a bit breezy, but yeah, I'm still excited and looking forward to the walk ahead. Now when you're walking along this, well, what is it, a causeway maybe, heading towards Portland, you can walk on either side of this road. I've stuck to the right hand side for the outward journey, and on the return leg I'll be on the other side along the old disused railway line there. So yeah, either side, but like I say, I'm keeping the seat on my right, and I'm staying on the right hand side of the path at the moment. And in fact, that's a decision that a lot of people make when they get to Portland. Which way around do you want to do the loop? Do you want to go clockwise, or do you want to go anti-clockwise? Now, there's arguments for both, but my whole journey I've been keeping the sea on my right, so it would feel a little bit wrong to walk it clockwise today. So I'm going to go anti-clockwise, again keeping the sea to my right. And that I feel a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more akin to what I've been doing for the last, what, 550-ish, 580 miles. But yes, we're just approaching the start of Portland now. Right, doesn't seem right to be right here on the other side of this bank of pebble and not make the effort to climb up it and have a look back down Chesil Beach. Now I know we're going to get a really good view of it once we get up onto the top of Portland, but you know, I'm right here now, so thought I'd make the little detour off the path, waste a bit of energy climbing up this pebble, and have a look at the water. Well, there you go. The guidebook did say if you come down here towards the water, as the waves sweep up the pebbles and then head back out towards the sea, the pebbles make this really pleasant noise as they're pulled back down the bank. Hopefully the camera picked it up, but yeah, it's quite a relaxing sound just to sit there and listen to. Right, I warmed up a bit now, just climbed up off Chesil Beach, up onto the top of Portland. The elevation for today is around 1,300 foot, and I've done around 400 foot of that already. So yeah, pretty much a good chunk of the elevation for today has already been done. Heading on now towards Tout Quarry and the Sculpture Park. I believe the coast path used to go a little bit more on the cliff edge, but due to a landslide there, the coast path now, I believe, goes through the Sculpture Park. So. Well, there's some moody skies around, but I'm still hopeful that it's not going to rain, because I have total faith in both the Met Office and the BBC, who assured me there was 0% chance of rain today. So anyway, we're cracking on regardless. My skin's waterproof and I got spare clothes in the car just in case. Sorry, I've got to be a bit careful. I'm going down a bit of a rocky slope. Ooh. But yes, anyway, as far as diversions go, that's probably the best one I've had on the coast path. That Sculpture Park, I really enjoyed that. And it's not really a diversion. You're about 20 meters further inland from the coast path, and you're only missing about 50-meter section, and those 50 meters you're walking through the sculptures there in the old quarry. So yeah, a nice little thing to go and look at. Even if the coast path wasn't diverted that way, it would have been worth heading in there to have a look around anyway. Anyway, moving on now out of the quarry and heading on towards Portland Bill, which of course, if you don't know, is the red and white stripy lighthouse on Portland, which is one of the most sort of iconic features on Portland. So yeah, looking forward to getting out there and sitting down and hopefully enjoying the views. Maybe I won't be stopping for quite as long as I thought I was going to, because it's a little bit chilly in the wind.
rest beneath the willow, the willow. So many years, too many tears on your pillow, on your pillow.
A little bit further behind me, I was walking along and something catches my eye, and it didn't quite twig until a few paces on, and I thought to myself, oh, was that an adder? I nearly stepped on it, and anyway, I turned around, thought I'd go back and have a look. Anyway, not an adder, just a dog poo. Well, it's not all stunning views on Portland. I think we just skirt around the cliffside of this and on towards Portland Bill. Well, there we go, that's Portland Bill. Not as busy here as I was expecting it to be, probably because it's a Friday and it's not glorious sunshine today. So yeah, it's been quite nice to have a little explore around here and get some photographs. But yeah, anyway, onwards now. There is a cafe here, but I've got my own lunch with me today, and yeah, I'm not feeling the need to stop and have anything to eat yet, so we're going to push on. Looks as though we've got a stretch of beach huts just on the cliff ahead of us to walk past, and then on to the other side of the island, which is a part of the island I've never actually been to before. I have been here once, maybe twice before, but only to the lighthouse here, so I've never been onto the next pit that we're going to walk to. So an interesting fact in the guidebook says that from Portland Bill, from that point you can see more of the coast path than at any other point. If you look to the west, you can see back as far as Start Point, and if you look to the east, you can see on towards Dalston Head. So it's a stretch of 160 miles, which is a quarter, or just over a quarter, of the entire southwest coast path. It's incredible to think that you can see that far. When I think about how far in total I've walked from Minehead to here, yeah, to think that I can see from this point a quarter of the entire route, yeah, seems unbelievable. Having said that, I don't think today I can see quite as far back as Start Point. It's a bit too grey. I can certainly see onto Dowston Head, but yeah, looking back towards the west, I don't think the visibility is good enough to see all the way back to Start Point today. Now, I haven't made any reference to it, but obviously you would have seen by now there are a lot of quarries on Portland. In fact, I'm starting to feel like Portland is just one great big quarry. But apart from Portland Bill, Portland is also famed for Portland stone, which obviously is what's quarried here and shipped all around the world for use in building. But it's a limestone, very pale in colour, and yeah, the coast path seems to be skirting around the edge of the island, taking in all of these different quarries where they're conveniently located right on the sea, and all of the stone blocks would have been quarried from these rock faces and craned straight onto the boats in the sea. But it makes an unusual landscape to be walking through. There's obviously no people around me now, or else I wouldn't have had the camera out, but once leaving Portland, which is where most of the people seem to be congregating, we come back into the quarries, the traffic, the people disappear again, and you're left walking through this quite a barren, sort of almost a sad feeling landscape, very industrial. But there are still some very nice views out to sea, and on towards Durdle Door, Lowworth Cove, and yeah, more of those hills that I've got coming up in my next section when I come back and complete the coast path in a couple months' time. Now, a lot of those hills I've already done. If you've been watching me for a while, you might remember last year I did the Macmillan Jurassic Coast Mighty hike from Weymouth to Corfe Castle, and we stuck to the coast path as far as Lowworth Cove. So I've done a lot of the hills that are ahead of me, but I will be doing that section again. Well, one, it was a great section, and two, you know, that charity walk was a separate walk to my coastal walk. So yeah, I'll be doing that bit again when we return, like I say, in a couple months hopefully. a small detour off the path there just to take in the ruins of the 13th century church. It's only up a few steps, so it was worth a little extra ascent to take that in, but yeah, it's quite nice. So anyway, heading back down said steps and back to the coast path. Well, this cliff face here seems to be popular with the climbers. There's a few of them along this stretch. Stopped and watched one for a bit. Didn't want to film them because they looked hard enough without me standing there adding any pressure, but yeah, quite challenging, I would imagine. It's not my cup of tea. Well, from here we got a good view of what's to come for us over the next couple of days. Obviously in and around through Weymouth, up onto the cliffs, and then over to Door and Lulworth Cove in the centre of the screen there. So that'll be our next day, and then day 2 on the next trip will be from Door, not quite to Durston Head at the end, just a bit short of that. I'm probably going to camp somewhere around Chapman's Pool. That'll be the end of day 2, and then the third and final day will be on to South Haven Point.
You're playing statues for him.
Well, that wasn't something I was expecting to see today. Something else I didn't expect to see on the coast path today. So this behind me is the Verne. It was built as a citadel in the mid-19th century where it housed 1,000 troops. Then it served as a prison from 1949 until 2014, where it then became an immigration removal centre, and then became a prison once again in 2018. And I think I'm right in saying it's where Gary Glitter was serving his sentence as well. You might just be able to make out on the top of the hill there the Olympic rings, which was erected when London had the Olympics in 2012, and this is where the water events were held. I was just recording that bit in case someone mugged me. So I'm walking back along, well, what I was calling the causeway this morning. This morning I was on the other side of the road by Chesil Beach. Now on my way back, I'm walking along the old disused railway, heading back towards Ferry Bridge. About another mile to go now until we get to Ferry Bridge, and that'll be the end of today's walk. So, summary for today, well, the weather, as you can see, has come out lovely. So the forecast, yeah, was pretty spot on. It's been really pleasant weather for walking. Actually, it hasn't been too hot, and whilst the breeze this morning was a bit cool and it made it a challenge to keep the camera steady, and it has stopped me getting my drone out, it actually has been a nice day for coming out and doing this walk. As for the walk itself, an easy walk, not particularly long, I think around 13 to 14 miles. Thoughts on which way around to do it. I liked doing it the way I did it. As I said earlier, I kept the sea on my right, and for me that felt like the right thing to do. But I can see the appeal of doing it the other way, because this sort of last third of the walk hasn't been the most picturesque. Coming past, well, I didn't film it actually, but coming down past the Young Offenders Institute, then coming down past the Verne, and then down through the marina there. So if you did it the other way, you'd get that sort of bit out of the way first, and then you'd finish the walk with those lovely cliffs that we started today with. So yeah, like I said this morning, either way has its plus points and its downsides, but yeah, I'm happy with how I've done it today. It's been a nice walk, it's been easy. Portland Bill was nice to see, and it's been, yeah, like I say, a nice sort of day trip to come out and get Portland done. Now, before I finish today's walk, I actually wanted to celebrate with you all, really, because since my last video was uploaded, I've actually got to 1,000 subscribers, and well, I'm beyond that now, actually, ever so slightly. So I just wanted to say thank you all who have subscribed. I've only had to walk 500 plus miles to get there. Thank you all so much for watching. I did actually have someone message me and ask, sorry mate, that's all right. Someone did actually message me and ask, how do they subscribe? So if you're not sure, then if you're watching this on YouTube, then there'll be a little button on my channel, just says subscribe. It's free to do. You just hit the subscribe button, and then you'll be notified when I upload future videos. And if you're watching this video on Facebook or on any other platform and you'd like to subscribe, then yeah, head over to YouTube, type in my channel name, Pilgrim Paul, and yeah, again, hit that subscribe button. So yeah, thank you all for getting me to 1,000. It meant a lot to me. Right, there we go, we're back at the fingerboard where we started this morning, and actually the same fingerboard where we finished the last walk. So this is a very privileged fingerboard to be featured so often. But anyway, it's very busy here, so we need to do this wrap up pretty quick. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed the walk. I'm really pleased I came and did this as a sort of a one-off day walk, because it's just worked out nicely and it's saved on the amount of time I'll be away next time. But anyway, we got 3 days left walking the coast path. I'll be back hopefully in the next couple of months, maybe August, early September, where we'll get this walk finally completed. 630 miles, Minehead to South Haven Point, done. So anyway, until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.